Hi, welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat Hansen, your host. Hi everyone, welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat. Today's lesson is going to be about merfolk, mermaids. I had a student who's a little bit more advanced and he asked that I speak about them. So I'm dedicating this lesson to Jeff. If you've followed me at any point through my lessons, you know that Revelation 5:3 is one of my favorite scriptures because it talks about the different beings, people that were placed here. You know, they were placed here in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, and in the seas of the earth. Okay? So that tells you right there that they're not demons and they're not monsters, that they were created. And I like for people to get that understanding into their heads, you know, because they were created for this planet and our sister realm. Okay? They do exist outside of our dimension, but they have the ability to come and grow, to cross over anytime they like. So when you run into these guys, I really want people to understand and to really kind of have as much knowledge as they can so it helps them to deal with them. These guys have a cannibalistic fish mentality, okay? Just because they're human looking does not mean that they are human. You know, I've said that many times. I want people to understand that these guys are cannibals, okay? They eat their own kind as well as they will eat human beings. You know, if you go back and study the old legends, you're going to find out that they're not Ariel and Dancing Under the Sea mermaids. They are the type that will lure and lead a human to its demise. And that is very truthful about them. I've been dealing with them since I was 6 years old, right around that time. And I've always found them to be sneaky, conniving, and devious. Okay? These guys aren't evil. It's just that they do everything and anything they can to survive and to propagate. So that means to propagate, like most fish, they have to have a large food supply. And if you don't have a fish supply, well, a human supply will work. That's why I always tell people to, exercise caution here when you're dealing with these guys, okay? They are really, really good at what they do. These are, apex predators out there in the oceans. You know, they compete with orca, they compete with other sharks for food. So they have to be very good at what they're doing. And that would be guiling, bringing people into them and being calm and thinking about it. So when people are there dealing with them, I want them to be very safe and secure, okay? Stay back, don't touch them, don't go near them. I don't care if they beckon, just stay back, stay on land, because if you can stay on land, you're safe. You're not going out into the water, which is their realm. These guys have been around for a million years or more, okay? They're very good at what they do, as I said. Usually you see them in pods, and that's the term that I'm going to call it. The little groups like killer whales are in, or whales or dolphins. They're just like any other sea mammal. They tend to travel in pods, and I think that gives them almost a family unit, to interact with. And in you know what I mean, safety in numbers. I think that's very applicable to their pod mentality here. I have noticed that when they do come out, it is in a pod. You know, there's usually 6 or more. You know, I've never seen one by itself, and I have never seen one like the stayama. You know, they keep the females with them. So I've never seen where they keep them by themselves separated. I have seen younger, like teenage mer people by themselves away from the other group, but they're never that far, you know, within a mile or two of each other. So in that respect, they are human-like. You know, they watch over each other, and they are mammalian-like. That's what I wanted to say. They're mammalian-like. But when it comes to hunting, they hunt solo or they hunt in a group. They are magical in the sense that they live in their realm, and they are very good at living in their watery element. So to us, they appear to be magical, when in fact they aren't. They're just another type of being, you know. Sometimes they're nice beings, sometimes they're not. Predominantly, I just tell everyone, exercise caution, because these guys have certain types of gifts that they use. You know, all creatures, beings, cryptids have gifts, you know, that they were given when they were created. And with these guys, it's the fact that their gift is they look human. They have the ability to communicate quite well with humans, you know, and they have the sense that humans can be fooled, can be guiled, you know. So is that a bad gift that they were given? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it depends on how you look at them as a predator. If they were given everything that they need, then they are, you know, they're 110%. So I want people to understand that just because these guys hunt and look like us doesn't mean they are us. You know, they're not a friend necessarily to us. They are dangerous. I ask people to stay back. You know, I mean, I do get that they do magical things, you know what I mean? And everybody will argue that point with me, you know, that they're not harmful, Kat. They don't hurt people, Kat. That's not true. You need to go back and you need to study. And there's some fairly recent cases too, where they've lured people to their demise. So I really want to stress to people that mermaids are real. They are dangerous, you know, and yes, they are beautiful to look at. The singing, you know, is the most beautiful sound you've ever heard, and it is. I've always associated it to the bells, you know, that you play. They have a laugh that reminds me of bells. But I want people, for the most part, to be able to have knowledge, because the knowledge will help you to understand that these beings are here. They come and go, you know, back to our realm, to their realm. You know, they pretty much use this planet as a place to breed and to school, you know. And I don't mean that as a bad pun. I just mean that as they're here to learn, you know. Yeah, I want everyone to be sure to be careful of that. So that's going to be my lesson for today, are mermaids. They do have the ability, as I said, to beguile us. But they also have the gifts that look like magic to us. You know, so if you think you're getting something from them, I always tell people to make sure that you look it over, you know, the situation, 110%. roll that puppy around in your hand, before you make a decision on it, about interacting with these beings. If you think you're going to interact with these beings, I want you to have every bit of knowledge that you can possibly have. And that being said, if you need to contact me, you can contact me here at my channel, or you can go to understandingconsciouscryptids@gmail.com, or you can contact me at Khat Hansen at yahoo.com. Either way, I will help you to the very best of my ability to understand about mermaids, so that you're not left out in the dark. I don't want anyone out there left feeling like they're being left to face these things on their own, because a lot of times people will talk about their encounters with them, and it just doesn't match up with the Walt Disney version of what a mermaid is. So people tend to point their fingers and scream liar, when in fact everyone should be pointing their fingers at Walt Disney and screaming liar at him, because he has perpetuated a stereotype of these beings that is just not true. So that being said, I hope that I helped someone out there. I hope you liked today's lesson. If you did, please hit subscribe and like. And if you need further instruction, or you want to ask for help in any way, just please contact me here at the channel, like I said, or you can find me over on Yahoo or at Facebook. I'm on Facebook too. So anyway, I will let you all get back to what you're doing, but I hope you have a wonderful week, and any questions, give me a shout.